Hey yo, what is up, everybody? Bradley here. We are live, not live, but like in this moment, like I'm live, right? And like when you watch this, like it will be post live because we're not actually live streaming. So like I start the video like, oh, we're live with this, but we're not really live because it's pre-production. We will end up doing live stuff, but this right now is pre-production, right? It is episode one of a reoccurring weekly Madden Illuminati or Illuminati Madden League show, or maybe Illuminati League, Illuminati Madden League, Illuminati. We're not. I'm not really sure yet how the branding is going to work. I keep flipping between Illuminati Madden League and Illuminati League. You know what? You know what? Now that like I'm talking about it out loud, like we're gonna just scrap Madden, we're gonna scrap League, and I mean, it's just the Illuminati. Hello to my fellow Illuminati members. I hope you are having a good day. Um, yeah. Things have gone pretty quick. In just a couple days, we filled this league up very quick. Like I feel like I made zero effort in recruiting on this. This is actually the first time that I've recruited for a league where I was mad that we recruited and filled it up so quick, because like my plan was to take like the next 2 weeks and just target people, right? Like target Madden elite players, players that are elite in the Madden space, right? That's what I mean by that. Target players that are elite in the Madden space, and also like Madden content creators, and bring in like a big collective of like just elite players and Madden content creators. While it didn't take the 2 weeks, I feel like we did do just that. Like when I look at the owners list that we have, I count myself very blessed. There is an amazing group of people. I feel like I know most of the people on the list. There are some individuals that I'm not too familiar with, right? Basically all the players that we have, I believe, were people that I specifically were like, hey, yo, we're doing this thing. You want in? And then players that those people were like, hey, there's this thing, right? So like everybody's basically been vouched for. There's no like randoms, right? So we got a really good core. We got a good combination of like skilled players, and there's also a handful of content creators in the mix as well. So we got a healthy balance of things. And a couple guys have already started pumping out some graphics, right? So I believe both Matt and Mark, and also MacDub TV pumped out some graphics yesterday. So those were super dope. If you did not see those, check those out. Matt and Mark, and also MacDub. When you guys see this, those images you made, if you guys could do me a solid and post it in the media channel. The media channel on the server. It's one of the global channels, right? It's one of the global channels that's uncategorized. Like you can't miss it. It's right up there up top. So just drop that stuff in there so it kind of doesn't like get buried by everything else, right? So it's really cool to see guys already doing crap. I love that. I'm excited. It's going to be a lot of fun. So the league is full, right? So the league is full. What now? There's a lot of people that are like, "Hey, let's start this. Let's get this going." As much as I would love to be like, "Okay, yeah, we're rolling now." Christmas is like next weekend, right? I think, is it like next weekend? Let me look at the calendar. Christmas is basically in a week, so like if we started it now, like Christmas is going to slow things down. Like the league has a lot of momentum right now in this pre-launch phase. I don't want to start right now because if we start right now and we do our first couple weeks into Christmas, like that's going to kill a lot of the momentum we have. So my plan right now is as we move into early next week, we're going to kind of focus on some like pre-launch media content. We'll probably do some like interviews and get like opinions on how people think people are going to do. I know everybody doesn't know everybody, right? But everybody pretty much knows somebody, right? So you'll be able to kind of give your opinion on those who know. We can kind of get a projected forecast, right, of how things are going to look. So we'll be doing some kind of pre-launch media going into next week. That'll be fun. I'm excited for that. And then after Christmas, the week after Christmas, we'll get things rolling. The plan currently is for things to officially start rolling on December 27th. That is the plan. And when I say rolling, I don't mean week one, right? What I mean by that is we'll begin to send out the public invites on December 27th. And from there, we'll do a lot of the pre-league stuff. We might end up, I don't know. We might end up just sending out the league information within the next couple of days because, spoiler alert, the league's already made on the console, right? The league's already made on the console. So, yeah, we'll probably send info out on the league next week. So, yeah, we'll probably do that. I know there's a lot of guys that are talking trades. So that will kind of put us in position for some guys to take care of that. When it does come time for people to begin to jump into the league and begin to claim their teams, a note. Nobody is to sign any free agents. When we begin, the free agents will not be first come, first serve. We will run a free agent draft. The draft order will be determined by the team overalls. And if we run into a situation where, for example, the Jaguars and the Giants both have the same overall, they're both sitting at a 77 overall. So who goes first in the draft order? We then default to last year's NFL records, right? So the Jaguars would have precedent over the Giants. So, yeah, that's the thing. But, yeah, all of that's kind of getting ahead of ourselves. We mentioned, like, the pre-launch content. That's kind of, like, the purpose of why we're even here right now. Looking over the league, there are 7 specific owners that really stick out to me. When I ask myself, who do I think is going to be the Super Bowl contenders moving into our first season? That's a really hard question to answer because, like, there's so much chemistry that has to develop and play out, and there are so many guys that I'm not aware of, and then there are guys that, like, I know them, but I don't know them in the context of a league. For example, like, who's a good example of this? All right, so a good example of this would be 2 examples of this would be guys like H. Coke, the Panthers owner. Like, I know who H. Coke is. Like, I've had interactions with H. Coke, but I've never been in a league with H. Coke, and I don't know what to expect. Another example would be the Patriots owner, Mark. Like, I know Mark. I've interacted with Mark a lot, but I've never interacted with him in the sense of, hey, we're in a league together. So I don't know what to expect from those guys. So, like, there's variables that I don't know. While there are variables that I don't know, there are variables that I do know. There are 7 owners that stick out to me right off the bat of guys that when I ask myself who will contend for championships, here are 7 people that stick out to me. First of all, Nostradamus, the Arizona Cardinals owner. This is Mostradamus's first league on PlayStation. I believe as of this recording, Mostradamus does not even have a PlayStation 5 yet. However, he's about to get his hands on one. So we're kind of ahead of the ball a little bit with getting Mo in here. But he'll have a PlayStation 5 before we launch, and he will be in the league when we launch. And Mostradamus is a commissioner of one of the top Xbox leagues on the Xbox. And he is in quite a few. He's not only in his league that he runs on Xbox, but he's in a collection of other Xbox leagues. So he's got his hands in multiple pots. And no matter what league he seems to find himself in, he always seems to be in the mix. I've been following along Mo's content for some time, and he not gonna lie, he had some rough patches last year, right? But what he was able to kind of turn things around towards the end of last season or last cycle, and he finished last cycle strong. And this cycle, from what I have seen, he's dominating in basically every league that he's in. Not only is he dominating in every league that he is in, but he's also a Cardinals mastermind. Okay, like he's a Cardinals mastermind. He's a diehard Cardinals fan. He's a Cardinals roll or die. Like I like he's played Madden with Kyler Murray. Okay, like Mo is a Cardinals mastermind, and he's an elite player. And my expectations for Mostradamus moving into the first season of the Illuminati League is very high, very high, very high. When I look at Mo's division, though, he's in there with King Chef, Blackmail. I don't know those two guys all that well. I know King a little bit more than Black. I do know WV George. I was in a league with him last cycle, and he competed at a very high level. From what I understand, though, he has been out of the Madden space for over a year. So I expect WV George to have a couple kinks in his armor moving into season number 1. I think Mostradamus is going to run away with that division that he's in. I think he's going to go uncontested in that division. And I think he will definitely find himself in the playoffs, the first NFC West conference champion. So division champion, right? So very high expectations. And I also might be a little bit biased because Mostradamus is my guy. He's my rider. He's a ride or die. He's a ride or die for me. Okay. And I think the 7 that we're going to be kind of looking at today are just a bunch of my ride or dies, right? Because we got Jumper. Jumper's my guy. I biasly love Jumper. So if you find yourself in a dilemma where you're at odds with Jumper and you have a complaint against Jumper, don't even bother bringing it to me because it's just going to go in one ear and out the other. Jumper can get away with murder. Jumper does whatever Jumper does. No, I'm joking. Jumper, if you do bad things, I'll ban you from the league. I'll ban you from the league, Jumper. But in all seriousness, I kid, right? I troll. I'm a big internet troll. I shouldn't be your commissioner. Jumper is a very talented CFM player. He does not get the respect that he should in certain circles. However, he has won CFM Super Bowls. And there are leagues out there when you're like, oh, this guy won a Super Bowl over in this league. The response is, that doesn't mean anything here. I refute that mentality to the utmost of my ability. For someone to enter into a CFM and win the bowl in a CFM, like that is a huge deal. You can plug yourself. When I say he has won a Super Bowl in a CFM, like It was with an established league, a known league, a league with competition, right? The many of the leagues that are in our circle that like our guys kind of bounce in between and in and out of, like they all are filled with high tier competition, right? Like the leagues that we're kind of all intertwined with, because we're a small knit community, right? The leagues that we're intertwined with, like you can't take some like chum like lobby ball like nobody and stick them in there and they're going to succeed right off the bat. That doesn't happen. The level of competition in the CFM space is ridiculous. For someone to go into a CFM, for someone to go into a league and win a championship, that is an incredible thing and a testament to skill, and Jumper has done it. There are people that have been in leagues for a decade and have not done it. Jumper has done it. End of discussion. Another individual that has won bowls in other leagues, we have Buck. Buck here, I believe, has multiple bowls to his name over in the Inferno League, which is a feat that should not be underestimated at all. The Inferno League, in my opinion, is top 5 leagues on PlayStation. Buck's a multi-time champion in that league. Enough said. Talk about multi-time champions in the Inferno League. The next guy we got, another multi-time champion in the Inferno League. The founder and commissioner of the Inferno League itself, Julian. So, yeah, if you don't get the trend here, the trend is Super Bowl champion, Super Bowl champion, Super Bowl champion, and we've got another CFM Super Bowl champion, Evo, the Ravens. I believe it's been a hot minute since he's won a bowl. I know he's won a bowl over in Guardians, the league that he is commissioner of. Let me cycle through here. I believe it's been some time since he's won one. Let me double check this real quick. Evo. Well, Evo has won Super Bowl championship, and it was a long time ago. Okay, it was Madden 20, but he still did it. Was that Madden 20? Let me double check that. Yes, it was Madden 20. Evo has won a bowl. Yes, it was a long time ago, but he still has the bowl. He is going to have a hurdle to overcome, and that is going to be my Bengals, because he is in division with me, and we're going to make it very difficult on him. No, I kid. I suck at Madden, so if anything, being in division with me is just going to increase his odds. But again, so Jumper, Buck, Julian, Evo, all Super Bowl champions. The next guy on the list, he's on the list for the same reason. He has won bowls in other leagues. Like Evo, like Julian, he is commissioner of his own league. We have Luar here. And Luar is not only just a Super Bowl champion of any league, but he was actually the Super Bowl champion, the last Super Bowl champion of the league that I ran and operated last year. So under like my thumb when I'm running the league, right, Luar is the last guy to win the bowl. So unlike Evo, this isn't a victory from 10 years ago. Okay, I know Madden 20 wasn't 10 years ago, but you get the point. This wasn't from 10 years ago. This was last year. And he's the one that did it under the banner that we were flying at the time. So I'm excited and very happy to have Luar back in the ship. And let's see if he can repeat it. Last cat we got in the bag, we got Astro. And yeah, that graphic. Players to watch for. Astro. 6 bowls and Guardians. I mean, that says all there is that needs to be said, right? Like when I look, when I check out other leagues and like what other leagues got going on, excuse me, apologies. When I check out other leagues and what other leagues got going on, I'm always interested and like in checking out like their reigning champions, right? Like their history of championships, okay? Like their history of their Super Bowls. Like I'm interested in the history, right? And I like it when I see a league when there's like great diversity. Like Bill won it season 1, Ned won it season 2, Cliff won it season 3, Mark won it season 4, Hank won it season 5, etc., etc., etc. But Astro's that annoying guy that nobody wants in the league because season 1 Astro wins it, season 2 Astro wins it, season 3 Astro wins it, season 4 Astro wins it, season 5 Astro wins it. Okay, you get my point. Astro's that guy. So can he be that guy here? We'll see. But looking at this stat, 6 Bulls and Guardians, the majority of them came last cycle. Like looking at this stat, like how can you not say this is the guy, right? Like I look at this stat. Astro has won 6 Bulls and Guardians. The majority of them were last cycle. Like I look at that, and if you were to hold a gun to my head and be like, Bradley, who's it going to be? Who's winning the Bull for season 1 in the Illuminati League? I gotta go with Astro. So, yeah, Astro's my guy. Astros, my guy, moving into season 1 of the Illuminati. Who's going to win the first Bull? I got Astro. But yeah, that's what's up. That's what's up. Let me know what you think. Leave your thoughts where you like leave your thoughts, you know. But yeah, let me know what you guys think, and let me know who you think are players to watch out for as the league begins to roll. Who did I miss? Who did I not give the love that I should have gave the love to? Who did I overhype? Is there someone that you know that I might not know that's in the league? You're like, oh, holy crap, man. This guy's ridiculous. He's going to mop the floor with Astro. He's got 12 championships over in this league over here. I don't know. Let me know. Peace. We'll be back. We'll be back soon with more content. Once the league is actually up and running, we'll have like a consistent day of when these videos will be posted. We'll probably do a couple things next week, so we'll probably have a little bit more busier schedule as we begin rolling. Week 1, when we launch, we will launch with quite a bit of content in our first week. We will be doing a handful of commentary streams in week 1, and as we launch, like we're going to hit the content heavy, we're going to hit the content hard. A lot of leagues, they hit heavy and they hit hard in the beginning. I'm not about hitting heavy and hitting hard in the beginning. I'm about maintaining it. Every single week we will have a weekly show, and we will have weekly commentary streams. These things will be done weekly. So that's what's up. That's what's up. I think only other note of business to kind of hit on. If you would like to be in the league, but you are not in the league, we have a small issue. That small issue is we're full. So we're going to open up a waiting list. Right now, we are not accepting waiting list members, and that's just because I've not put together a form for the waiting list. So I will probably put together a form for potential waiting list members either tomorrow or Saturday. And I say tomorrow, but it would actually be today or Saturday, because right now it's like 4 a.m. in the morning. I'm still operating on the mentality of, it's Wednesday. It's Thursday, but it's actually Friday. So I'll either put together a form for potential waiting list members either tonight, or we will do that on Saturday. So if you want in the league and you're not in the league, we'll have information on how to apply for the waiting list up soon. So yeah, thank you for checking out the video. Wish nothing but love to you. Deuces, 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 and all hail the Illuminati.